Hey Paisanos, it's Amazon Prime Dragon here. Euro Truck Simulator 2 is a high-octane Kansai drifto simulator where you play as FedEx's weakest delivery driver assigned to the prestigious FedEx Express service. Explore the vibrant, luscious fields of DLC, France, Italy, and Iberia, all the way to the grayish, barren hellhole wasteland known as England. As you inertia drift your way through Europe as the courier of Amazon Prime's last resort, you'll find yourself pitted against all sorts of adversaries who will stand against you and your crusade to ensure the FedEx promise of survival of the fastest. Regular drivers on the road, as anyone who's driven before knows, are your worst enemies. When touching grass, pretending that everyone is out to hit your car is a fine way to keep you and your car in living condition. However, in Euro Truck, civilians are part of a collective consciousness that's actually out to end your free trial of life. Whether it's the "I turn now, good luck everyone," or "you should speed up faster to merge, bozo," it does not matter. The kamikaze NPCs will do everything in their power with no concern to themselves to delay or damage your goods. After all, what's one sacrifice to cost you hundreds or thousands of dollars? The Raubriters of Europe. Landowners who have used their legal status to unscrupulously impose all sorts of methods to avariciously collect the euro. Some of these methods used to make a profit from hard-working citizens such as yourself include skyrocketing gas prices that would make an oil baron blush, fines for breaking arbitrary rules instated by the arbiters, repair costs that only the most morally bankrupt mechanics could ever dream of, real estate, and lastly, the bread and butter of any Raubritter, indomitable tolling stations. To add on to that, the Raubritters have employed highwaymen to keep the peace around the fiefdom by blocking passage to your destination because there's some sort of emergency on the road, or by doubling the already highway robbery fines you receive for merely existing around them. Pro tip, if you want to reduce the doubling of your fine when in vicinity of these highwaymen, the single best way I've found is to put the pedal to the metal and introduce them to the European space program to completely obliterate their cerebral cortex through extreme whiplash. There'll be 2 brain damage to even register what's happened to them and only charge you for the vehicular collision, as opposed to the long list of other fines you were breaking. And you know what? Give the kamikaze civilians a grand slam as well, just for good measure. Now, doom and gloom may shine upon you with all these highway robberies. However, fret not, as the weakest FedEx delivery driver, you have multiple ways to inject money into your bank account to combat all the bonsai charges and anti-living wage taxes. Quick jobs are drivers for hire jobs where you work for the bidder of your choice. You'll be ripped through the fabric of space-time itself right to the company's location and be provided with a truck and cargo to deliver the Amazon Prime package from point A to point B. Alongside being provided a truck for the job, the majority of fees are also paid for. This includes the purchasing of Molotov cocktails, hold on the Molotov, euros for the government-sanctioned income draining stations, and any damage repairs to the truck from porch pirates who want to skip the porch portion of acquiring your package. However, not all things are paid for by the company. Things like personal fines for breaking the Raubritter's safety rules, like ignoring the baby mode speed suggestions or the ferry ticket that is literally your only way to leave the EU, are not covered by the company. This is because the company needs you to deliver this package by the deadline, but they subscribe to the philosophy that you're an adult and you can afford your own ticket to get across the ocean. And you damn well better drive through the goddamn ocean if you can't afford the ferry, because we are paying your salary, and we've been nothing but generous. After you've completed a ton of quick jobs or taken a loan from capitalism incarnate, you'll be able to purchase a truck off the market and take yourself on better paying missions like the freight market. These jobs are similar to quick jobs, except you're putting on your big boy pants and taking responsibility for all the logistics and everything that happens on the road. You'll have to drive to the company yourself, load the trailer or use your own if you got it, and deliver the package to the location on time, all while paying for everything yourself. This can get real expensive real quick, especially when you're constantly topping off on your petrol-smelling bottle or fighting the European gangs of the Fury Road. All of that might sound like an absolute nightmare to deal with, especially if someone put a banana peel on the road and your personal truck becomes your latest liquid asset. However, consider that freight jobs pay substantially more, and every dollar you make on a delivery is cold hard cash that's going right into your pockets. With enough freight jobs and close calls, you can even find yourself in a position where you too can become a local landowner and acquire your own fleet of trucks and minions to fill your coffers beyond your wildest dreams. Truly a pull yourself up by the bootstraps moment. And if you're ever in a position where you don't know what to do with all your denarii, you can try collecting all the different trucks like little action figures, or filling your cabin with all sorts of paraphernalia to roleplay as the crackhead trucking hobo, or add more distracted driving devices than your average teenage TikToker to dull the senses with overstimuli, and provide yourself with a sense of pride and accomplishment to fill that ever-present empty void inside of yourself that tells you that none of this matters and all things including yourself will eventually fade away to dust once humanity, like an Ouroboros, gorges upon itself beyond the point of no return. Now, driving like a real human being is an absolute option, and I encourage you to do that as that's what your truck was developed for. But also driving as if you're delivering an Amazon Prime same-day shipping package ordered at 11:30 p.m. is also one of those experiences of all time. In fact, some of the most enjoyable times I've had with your truck comes from the Convoy mode, which is the in-game multiplayer mode. Convoy mode takes you from delivering tofu while some kids are having a race or something to driving full throttle on the Fury Road, and the war guitars just started playing. Deliveries stop being about getting to the client as efficiently as possible and become grudge matches and griefing sessions against each other to ensure that you're the only one who ever arrives. The smallest of grievances calls for the strongest retaliations. It starts out small, a simple brake check, a light pass on the left with a honk for the slow driver, and a tiny pit maneuver just to keep the blood flowing. Such terrible assaults cannot be left unanswered. The brake checks then start to become full-on brake slams to immobilize the opposing truck. Being passed on the highway turns to catching up to the other person and causing full-on traffic jams just to stop them in their tracks. And those tiny pit maneuvers become struggles of power, with each truck trying to push the other driver off the road. And with such hatred fueling both drivers, well, let's just say, death waits for the slightest lapse in concentration.
Oh my god, you got No, she's flying! It's a plane!
Convoy mode is one of the best things that's been added to Euro Truck Simulator, and I highly recommend giving it a try with some friends if you've got the chance. Overall, Euro Truck Simulator 2 is an absolute blast to play, whether you're role-playing as the one true truck driver, following all the rules and regulations, or the weakest FedEx delivery driver that's about to reach the overtime cap and they still have a single delivery left to finish. It's a great game to just put on and take a relaxing drive around Europe, and I absolutely recommend playing with the steering wheel if you can. It definitely gives you a much more immersive experience as you try to physically dodge traffic or reverse your truck into the loading bay. That's it for this video of Euro Truck Simulator 2. Thank you so much for watching, and I very much hope you enjoyed the video. As always, more to come in the upcoming weeks. Take care for now, paisanos.